Ba-da-da-da-da-one, ba-da-da-da-da-two. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. Welcome back. I have two of my sketchbooks here. One of them you may be very familiar with because this is our normal sketchbook, nothing special. However, I do have this one as well. And we have went through this. This was my very first sketchbook. I started it in 2019. My official first sketchbook, I guess I should say. I want to redraw something from here that is kind of related to the plans that we have this weekend. This video might be a little different, maybe a little shorter because we have a action-packed weekend ahead of us. Woof. We are going to a con to meet and greet and photo time with the cast of Critical Role. I'm so excited. So we have a lot of stuff to get done this weekend. However, I really didn't want to not provide some sort of art something. So we are going to be redrawing this little lady. This lady, her name is Xylary, and she was a D&D character that I designed and I was going to play. She is a Firbolg druid, and this is like the only time that I've ever drawn her. She also doesn't have any colors, so I really want to redraw her in my current style to, you know, just kind of dabble around with that. Yeah, I do have some notes over here to kind of guide the coloring process from my past self. Let's see. We have dark gray with white spots. Down here it says light gray fading to white, that she's 8 foot tall, she's deer-like, and she's super bubbly and optimistic and a little cutie with a staff. Nice. How many years has that been then? 2019 to 2025, 6 years? It's been 6 years since I have visited this little lady, which is kind of sad, to be completely honest. But we're gonna do her some justice today, I think. So, hello, Xylary. Be ready to be made over. I think this video will probably be more of like a, you know, come draw with me, come sketch with me, sketch in your little sketchbook, do, you know what, do whatever. You're your own human, make your own decisions, but hang out with me as well. Let's see if I can actually get a clippy. I can. I thought that this side was a little too thick for that, but I am wrong. She might get a glow up. She might just stay the same. I'm not quite. Listen, Firbolgs are not normally in my drawing wheelhouse. I mean, if she's a lady in a Firbolg, you know, we can make it work. If you don't know what a Firbolg is, they are fae creatures, basically, that have bovine-like features, depending on the edition, I suppose, but they're generally peaceful, wise, and protective of nature. They are a gentle giant, I guess, kind of race, usually reclusive, nature-loving, and they typically live in forested areas, avoiding contact with other people unless it's absolutely necessary, which is a personality trait that I can get behind. I think first things first is I would like to draw her face. I would also like to get some colors swatched, and then we'll draw her. I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Let's see if I can do a bovine-like face, I suppose. Typically, whenever I think of Firbolgs, I think of like a deer-like face, which I guess would be kind of in that family. So I guess I'll just do that. I'm also gonna draw the sketch of her ears like I typically would do elf's ears, because I think I can probably turn this shape into the shape that I'm looking for. I just want to make sure that the placement is good. I also haven't warmed up today, so if this comes out a little wonky, don't judge me. Actually, it's been a minute since I've drawn in general, and whenever I say a minute, I feel like it's been like, I don't know, a couple days. Feels strange whenever that doesn't end up happening. I like to draw every day if I can. Trying to really get the bust down before I start doing anything else. Yeah, we'll just put her hands behind her. Who cares, right? She's got like a little daisy brooch right in the center of her chest that is connected to like a little shoulder cape thing. Something like that. Maybe we can make it have more, I don't know, more flowy bits, more ruffles. Doesn't look so stiff and make her look so blocky. My idea is if we can get this blocked out, and that way it'll be easy to pick out the colors, and then it'll be even easier to figure out her full body, you know what I mean? She's got a little corset top. Not that this matters, but this part is connected to like a skirt that goes around the back of her. You're not gonna really be able to see it in this bust, but there's also leaves and things here. As far as her hair goes, I had it mainly down, so it would be down and kind of messy given their reclusive lifestyle, I guess. And she had a side part as well. There's also a little lone braid on this side. And then her bangs up here are swishy, nothing crazy. I remember whenever I was coming up with her, I tried to keep it as minimal as possible because of growing up in the forest and stuff. Like, I'm just trying to think of what she would be wearing. It wouldn't be anything fancy, you know? Just very plain Jane, I feel like. She does have like a beaded headband that goes around her forehead and back into her hair that has like feathers and leaves over on the side, and it's under her bangs. The eyes, I'm gonna start off like I normally do, but I want hers to be big eyes. Her nose is gonna be the hardest part, I think. I need it to be kind of wide and goat-like, deer-like, something like that, I guess. For all intents and purposes, I think that'll be good for us to figure out her colors, at least, you know? The first color that I mentioned was light gray, so I think this might be a good, I mean, it's a very, very light gray, so, and that'll at least be good for our put down spots, you know? And then I said that her forehead was a dark gray. If CG2 is what we picked for the light gray, I think CG05 might be good for the dark. We'll see. Oh yeah, I think that'll be good. Yeah, I think that's really cute. Okay, very good. I, of course, had to pick the most dry light gray that I have. Okay, those are the only colors that I actually made notes of. So now it's just up to us, I guess. I feel like she would have a lot of earthy tones or greens, dark greens, browns, black, things that are, well, naturey. What do you look like? It's a very dark green. I like that. I think I'll do the dark green for her shawl. Yeah, that'll be good. And that's just juniper. It doesn't even have a number. I'm just gonna label it J. What if I do her eyes this light green color with that dark green on top of it? Wouldn't that be pretty? Yeah, I like that. Where else can we put you though? Oh, we could use this for like the little leaves that she has around her waist, and maybe this little leaf that's up here in her headband. There to be a little pink in her ears, so I'm just gonna put some tea rose in here, maybe use that for her lippies too. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I like that. I was gonna do a cream for her dress, but this might be a nice color for her. It would be the underdress, really. Yeah, that's cute. Maybe put a feather in this color, I don't know. E470 tea rose, very nice. Now I want there to be a brown for like the corset and the overskirt, but I can't decide if I want it to be brown or if I want it to be like this green brown. This might be a little too close to the leaf color, so I'll just try the BR2, I think. And really, if we don't like this, we can put that green on top and it will be a completely different color. It's okay, but I do want to see what it looks like with that GY8 over it. Ooh, I do like that. Let me just see. Yeah, I think I do like that. Yep. That's what we're gonna have to do because I like it. Put those two together so we know that they go on top of each other. BR2 And who are you? GY8. We just give her brown hair. I feel like that would be the best bet. And then we can darken up some spots with a darker brown, I think. Yeah, it's definitely gonna need to be darker a little bit. Guess I can just go with my BR1. It's the darkest brown I've got. Just like that, you've got brown hair. Congratulations. Very earthy tones, which is perfect. As far as the flower goes, I think I'm gonna keep it as a daisy because daisies are one of my favorite flowers, and that's what I think this is. So, and then because I can't do anything without having a little bit of gold, I think I'm gonna make this beading up here gold beading. Maybe it's a family heirloom, something that she got from her grandmother or something. I don't know. Throw some line work on her real fast just so I can see her. Nothing fancy, just enough to see the different elements and her features. Not spending too much time on it. Yeah, I think she's pretty cute. The grays could probably be a little more different, but I think that they will be once the green isn't like seeping in there from our sketch. So, hello, Xylary. Boop, boop, boop. Does she need like a little nose blushy? How do I feel about that? Oh my god. I feel like I'm in heaven. So yes, she will definitely have a little nose blushy. Now that that's done, I guess I can actually sketch her fully so we can see what the heck and she looks like with all of her things. Technically, Xylary is a satyr as well. So I've got to draw satyr feet. I barely draw human feet. So this would be fun. I do want her to be standing in a pose where you can see all of her. Let me see if I can figure this out. I would like for her head to be here. Has her staff that maybe she's leaning on and holding on to. Gotta figure out how these legs go. Something like that. Maybe. All right, I've been busy doing some sketching of the bigger pose, and I think it's coming along okay. This hand leaves something to be desired, but don't they always? I also think that I have the legs as good as I'm gonna get them. Hopefully they'll be more, pardon the pun, fleshed out once we put some colors on. But for now, I think that it gets the point across, maybe. You couldn't really see it in the bust, but she does have like this little hangy down bit that goes straight down right here. And I think I want to put this side of her shawl, like where it is wrapped up around her shoulder, just so you can see a little bit more of her. So it would be around the back. I thought I wanted to give her an open mouth smile, but no, I don't think I do. A little weird without her hair, but we'll fix that. I feel like her eyes need to be different or bigger or situated somewhere else. Now her staff is, you know what? Nothing special, because since she grew up in the forest, I do remember this, that it was literally just a tree that she found that was about her height. She fashioned that into her staff. So just cut some twigs off and left it as it was. So there's nothing super special about that. I think we could just lighten her and get to color it. I'm so excited. Let's do it. See what happens. I didn't pick out an underpainting color, but let's see. Let's do like a blue gray. Let's see. That'll probably be fine. All right, off we go. I do enjoy underpainting too, because in instances like this one, I have lightened my sketch a little too much. Doing the underpainting really helps to highlight those lost lines. Like, I'm seeing a lot of my incorrect lines, and I don't like that. Also, what happens when you are a little too heavy-handed when you're sketching, you should always, well, from the things that I have learned, your darkest sketch lines should be the ones that you are the most confident about, like your favorite ones. I have still not mastered the difference, because I just start solidifying lines and then I'm like, no, I don't like it. And then erase it, and then it's like a whole thing. And then you end up with your not favorite lines showing up after you erase. Kind of have to be careful too, since her skin tone is a gray. I don't want it to look like it's just her skin. You know what I mean? And I don't want to like mess with those grays. It's okay. We'll find out. We'll figure it out. I think that's fine. That's a good start. I'll go ahead and start with the light gray if I can get enough out of it. I wonder if I do all of this. Oh no, you are dry as a bone. I think this is like my next best light gray to CG2, so we'll use this, I guess. Anyway, as I was saying, I wonder if I do the full skin in the light gray, and then I can go back with the darker gray where it needs to be the darker gray. Okay, dark gray. Where does the dark gray go? I know it goes on the forehead, maybe the tops, or no, the bottoms of the feet. Yeah, go ahead and try to zhuzh this out a little bit. Looking a little splotchy, but I think that's the paper. I'm not doing it on our final paper like I normally do. I'm just doing it in my sketchbook. Yeah, it's fine. I think I'm going to make a change on a whim and make her fingers dark and her hands. So kind of the same thing with the feet, just darker hands. Bring a little more contrast into it. Yeah, I like that, I think. Okay, since the whole thing is gray now, let's add some color. Let's see. Let's start with the lightest one, which is the tea rose. A little on her little snoot and inside her ears. Oh my gosh, you're adorable. And technically this too. So let me see if I can get some more of this erased. I think I'll just put it in the middle. Oh, we can outline it in gold. Bring a little more gold into it. I like that idea. Okay, I think that's all. I'll just do the yellow next because it's literally this little dot and a feather. So, yep, that'll do it. I think the light brown is next. Ooh, actually, I should probably do the green leaves so that I know where to not put the brown. Kind of reminds me of like a laurel, you know what I mean? While we have this green out, might as well do the eyes, I guess. Okay, yeah, that's it for that. Now we can do the light brown. Oh, her hair. Her hair also is this. Also not super worried with the hair looking like the same color as the dress right now either, because we know that it's not. First it was a sea of gray, and now it just looks brown. Very appealing. Okay, let's go ahead and do the dark brown now. I'm so excited because we only have this and this left, and then it's colored pencils, and then we'll be done. And then we'll get to see her in her full glory. Oh, eyebrows. Do you want eyebrows? I am so sorry. I was like, why does her face still look weird? Eyebrows. Or lack thereof. I kind of like this green over this brown too for her because it reminds me of like moss on wood. So I feel like, I mean, maybe it is moss growing on her leather skirt. Ooh, maybe I can fade it. Ooh, yes. That way it is like moss. Oh my gosh. Yay! I love it. I love it whenever things spark something, you know? All right, last but not wow. Okay, let me try that again. Last but not least is the dark green. Oh, I guess I need to color the tree too at some point. I think I'm just gonna do the tree in the dark brown, maybe do some moss on there too, because it's a tree. A bit of mossery maybe. Okay, and now finalizing time. Okay. Let's see. Let's start with a gray. Let's be a good gray. Yeah, that's a good gray. Okay, here we go. Just gonna do the body parts first, I think. Sharpen it again and go back in for the eyeballs. Final touches. and then we'll be done. Okie dokie, artichokes, it is all done. Here was our first drawing about 6 years ago, and here is our new rendition, color and all, with our sweet little Furbolg Xylary. Here she is up close. I think she turned out really stinking cute. I love the colors. I did flip some things. Over here, my notes said that it was dark gray to white. Same thing on her arms, but I think that this lends a little bit better having the darker bits towards the bottom, because if you're an adventurer, you don't really want white feet. That's a recipe for disaster, if you ask me. I had such a fun time reimagining her in my current style, especially since I haven't visited this drawing since 2019, so this was a fun little jaunt. I love how she turned out. I love her colors. I don't really have a whole lot of complaints, except for the fact that I need to learn how to draw satyr feet. This is the last video that you will see before our little trip to go meet Matthew Mercer, which is so fitting that we drew my D&D character today in honor of that exciting little event. I just cannot contain myself. Are any of you guys critters, aka Critical Role watchers, or do you play D&D? Let me know. And if so, who is your favorite character, or what was your favorite class to play? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had such a good time redrawing our D&D character. If you doodled along, please post your creations on social media and tag me. You can find me here on Instagram and here on Blue Sky. I would absolutely love to see anything that you create. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a whole bunch. And until I see you next week, don't forget to be kind to yourself.